Welcome to the Nebraska Department of Revenue's website. In this tutorial, we're going to discuss Nebraska Nonprofit Organization 501c. Most nonprofit organizations are not exempt from paying Nebraska sales and use taxes. The fact that a nonprofit organization qualifies for an exemption from income tax under Section 501c of the Internal Revenue Code does not necessarily entitle the organization to an exemption from Nebraska sales and use taxes. A 501c designation refers to the section of the Internal Revenue Code under which a nonprofit entity has been granted an exemption from federal and state income taxes. Most nonprofit organizations must pay sales and use taxes on items and taxable services they purchase for their own use, including items that will be given away to others, even to another exempt organization. Examples of organizations that are exempt from Nebraska sales and use taxes and can obtain a Nebraska exemption number include organizations created exclusively for religious purposes, nonprofit private Nebraska educational institutions, nonprofit licensed hospitals. A more complete list of eligible exempt organizations can be found in the Nebraska Exemption Application for Sales and Use Tax, Form 4, which must be completed and submitted to obtain a certificate of exemption. Supporting documentation indicated on the Form 4 should be included with the application and sent to the Department of Revenue for approval. This documentation usually includes the organizational documents describing the purpose of the organization. Qualified organizations will be exempt from sales and use taxes only after the organization has applied for and received a sales tax exemption certificate from the Nebraska Department of Revenue. Even if a nonprofit organization has applied for and obtained a certificate of exemption, it still must collect sales tax on taxable items and services it sells. These sales could include, but are not limited to, admissions, prepared food, silent auctions, and sales of tangible personal property and certain services such as car washes. The following information guides can be found on our website and offer additional useful information on exempt entities. Exemption chart, section on nonprofit, government, exempt. Taxation of nonprofit organizations. Nebraska sales and use tax for auction sales. Prepared food and beverage service, or sales and use tax regulations 1-90 nonprofit organizations, 1-91 religious organizations, 1-92 educational institutions.